The new Carly C's IGA Hometown Proud Press Tower presided over this year's Pink Out game to help fight breast cancer as Campbell took on Morehead State in a PFL showdown. It was scoreless after a quarter. We pick up the action in the second stanza when quarterback Brian Hudson breaks 5 tackles before being stopped at the 1-yard line. One play later, Keith Goss would take it in for the first score and Campbell led 7-0. Morehead State would strike right back as Brandon Bornhauser would take it in from 6 yards out to tie it at 7. Next Campbell drive, watch Jonathan Rogers go through 8 tackles before being stopped at the 1-yard line. Kurt Odom would leap over the Eagle defense to tie it at 14. Just before the half, Morehead State would tack on a 44-yard Luke Boyd field goal, and we go to the half 17-14 in favor of the Eagles. Second half, Morehead State would open things up as Mason Rutherford would catch this 16-yard touchdown pass, and the Eagles take a 24-14 lead. Campbell would get some defensive pressure on Morehead with this sack, but the Eagles would strike again, this time from 56 yards out, as Katara Lewis would score to make it 31-24. Campbell, however, was not done. Ben Bowling gets away from the defense to score on a 56-yard throw, and the Camels would draw within 10. Unfortunately, the Eagles would match Campbell touchdown for touchdown with scores of their own. Keith Goss would get away for his second touchdown of the game, this one from 23 yards out. Morehead State would answer with a score, and then Ben Bowling would set up the final Campbell score with this catch and run. Dalton Dillon would catch the final touchdown pass of the game, and Campbell would add a 2-point conversion to make the final score 45-36. Offensively, Campbell had 553 yards of total offense, 383 yards on the ground. Quarterback Brian Hudson led Campbell in rushing and threw for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns. Campbell goes on the road next week to take on Butler University in Indianapolis, Indiana.
What I told him is, guys, in order to get to where you want to go, you got to keep working, you got to stay in it, and you got to keep coming to work.
I feel like we play well in spots and in spurts. We got to be a lot more consistent if we're going to win in this league, if we're going to win, period. And I feel like we got to take this to the table and get ready to work next week.
We have to understand where we at, and we got to be a team that don't make mistakes and beat you, or Butler will run you up out of the stadium.
We are the ones that have to play the game, and we're the ones out there to make the plays. So if things aren't going right and things aren't going good right now, which they aren't, we have to come together and we have to fix it. And we have to find a way to fix it together so that everybody's on board and everybody's 100% driven to get this thing done and get this thing turned around.